And we may have to do that.
Yes, we will.
You're on now, right? You're Schnookum Dumpling?
I don't know. No, I'm not on.
You're not on at all?
No.
Who the fuck is Schnookum Dumpling?
Just so you know, it is broadcasting, just so you know.
Hi, Schnookum Dumpling. I don't know who you are, but hello. Why would you do that to me? Now I can't hide behind here anymore like Wilson. Yeah, I know I'm loud, Larry. It's because I'm in here.
It's because he's Dan.
Because I'm in the microphone.
No, you're trying to...
Wait a minute,
I thought you were Schnookum Dumplings, Amanda. That's why I said that. I was like, she's back. Shit.
No. It says I'm cutie head.
Cutie head.
Cutie head.
Okay, let's see who else is in here. I have to refresh.
Yeah, it just made me refresh too.
There you go. And there's Bumble Mush. Schnookum Dumpling, Battle Liner. Hi, everybody. Nick. Rock on. Oh, I have to sign back in. Sorry, all. There we go.
It does not like this page at all.
So,
Hey, we've got 7 live viewers right now.
Nice.
Yeah.
2 minutes.
but we're like 4 of them.
True.
Well, no, because we're actually not viewing it.
No, we're not.
Oh, quit kicking me out.
Yeah, I kind of thought that was going to happen.
LiveStream is kicking me out. Hello, Russ. Hi, Russ.
Hi, Russ.
Hi, Russ.
Yeah, it doesn't like us, Dan.
Yeah, well. Rob's saying he can't see it down in the land down under.
I just had a thought. Hang on. I have a secure ID I can use.
I have an insecure ID.
Cancel.
We have 1 minute to showtime. Larry. This is my radio voice. I hope you all like it.
I don't know if it's creepy or sexy.
It's a little of both. I love that.
Oh, he's added quite a few since the last time.
Not yet.
No?
I haven't been able to work on it.
Oh.
Now let's try.
Your show will go live in 5 seconds. 4, 3,
And Larry's
2,
up.
1. Blog Talk Radio.
Gremlins. And we are on. Hello.
Live from New York.
No.
Larry, how
Oh,
you doing?
Sycamore, sorry.
I'm doing good.
Hello,
Good.
Larry.
You liar. You don't even sound like you're doing good.
Well, I'm watching you guys on video, and
It-
there's like now a 10-second delay between the call-in and the video.
And you wish you were here, don't you?
Yeah, well, you know, if I had gas,
Sitting
my
on
car,
my
it would
lap. So I could you
I
could
would
do
hope
this
to have
on
my own
head.
chair, but you know,
Yeah, the nice little spot that was set up for you right here, but
You could have been
yeah,
you could have been here, my good man, but you're
you wouldn't
not.
have to deal with a 10-second delay.
No. You could have hit me, and then 10 seconds later everybody would have seen it. That'd have been awesome.
That's well, to them it's all queued up.
Yeah.
It is
Yep.
what it is, you know.
Yep.
I mean, that's what you get when you get Lemgrens.
Lemgrins.
Yeah,
And just
Except
remember,
it's-
this is going to be our last
Randy
time
on
we're going to
his-
simulcast, so.
yeah. Well, next time I'm calling Randy on his Skype, and I'm sure it'll be queued up pretty evenly.
Yeah,
Yep.
probably.
Yeah.
Probably.
Well, anyhow, on with the show, Lawrence. This is our last night on Blog Talk Radio. We
Good
are
ra-
sorry to be leaving Blog Talk, but we are moving on to bigger and better things. And as some of you
Let's
can
face
see,
it, we're just too damn poor.
well, yeah, that is a distinct truth.
Well, not to mention the fact that Blog Talk has its issues and.
It has so many issues. The one thing that I do like is that our shows are archived and they're easy to find and they're easy to hear. But I think this is going to work out a lot better because now not only will you hear us, but you'll see us. So that's going to be pretty cool. Also, eventually we're going to set this place up. Well, we're going to move into a new studio. It will happen. It may not happen right away, but it will happen. And we're going to set it up to look like Merv Griffin's studio. So I think that'll be just completely awesome. And Larry will wear the wig and he'll look like Merv Griffin.
Well,
Yeah, you will.
You
Yes,
will.
Larry,
Just
it's been
agree.
decided.
Just agree, Larry.
okay.
So after tonight, it's goodbye Blog Talk, hello LiveStream, and
Live stream.
to get to LiveStream,
Just go to our website.
just go to our website, www.jpapocalypticradio.webs.com, hit watch live, and you're there. Nice thing that I like about the live stream is you don't have to go through a whole bunch of rigmarole. If you want to listen to the show, sign in, put your name in there, and you're there. So
And then we could pick on the first name that chat box
yeah,
gives you.
chat box gives some pretty cool names.
Snoogie
so,
Woogums and
Sweetie Lips,
Yeah, I swear to God, I didn't pick that one.
Snookums, and all sorts of.
I was
good
Honey
stuff,
Bunch
so.
earlier.
Honey Bunch.
You can change your name. You don't got to stay with it.
I
Yeah,
know.
we know.
I
But,
think
I'm
Sweetie
I'm not
Lips is
changing
pretty cool.
a lot of things only because Dan and I have had so many issues tonight. I had to go in private browsing and then do a weird login sequence just to get in so that it didn't kick him out.
Yeah, because his computers were fighting back and forth, and they were both logged in the same name, and
Yeah, it was very strange. Very strange indeed.
Yeah.
Hey,
the
before
chat
we,
box is going, too many
before
people
we
from the
move
same
on with
place.
anything, do you have the Bigfoot sound on there? Bigfoot needs to be here for this show.
Oh yeah, Long Duck. He needs.
I
to be
wish
here.
Long Duck would have been here with this show,
He's
but
got
we
his
got
own sound
Bigfoot.
effect.
Oh, does he?
Yeah.
Excuse me while I whip this out.
and they all go, huh.
How many assholes we got on this ship anyhow?
Yeah.
It's so weird watching this video, and it's dead quiet, and all of a sudden you guys just start laughing. It's so weird.
Is it not picking it up?
No, it is. It's just 10 seconds later.
Oh.
So the sound is 10
Oh,
seconds.
from the you're getting a delay from.
Because he's listening to Blog Talk.
Yeah. And
Yeah.
Yeah.
garbage. No
All
more. No more.
Yeah, well, this is the last night of garbage.
Garbage.
So,
Yep.
well, we've stroked it long enough. Larry, go ahead and. I feel better now. Larry, go ahead and kick it off here, man.
Well, we're going to start the first half of the show talking about the controversial Colorado shooting. Yeah, some people are probably going to say that it's too soon.
I don't know.
But
Look
I
how
don't think
soon the theories and stuff there. They're already starting to hit.
Yeah.
Yeah, all we're
Right.
doing is talking about it.
Right.
I
Well, not
mean,
only
they've
that,
already
I mean,
thrown it.
They already sentenced the guy, so if he's already sentenced, how can it be too soon, right?
Exactly.
Exactly.
So, the first thing that I want to show is, Randy, if you could pop this on video. It's a picture from the Huffington Post. Oh, he wasn't sentenced yet? I thought he was.
No, he hasn't even had a trial yet, buddy. All he's been is arraigned, as far as I know.
Okay, give me a
Oh,
second
was it
here.
arraignment?
Yeah.
Oh, I
that's-
thought they sentenced him on all those
Oh, no.
charges.
No. No, the only thing you saw the other day was arraignment. They haven't
Okay.
even taken him in to do a next court date yet. That isn't going to be till
Right.
mid-August. So
Is his hair seriously that color?
No, it's dyed.
Okay, let me.
No, but I mean, like, did he? Oh my God, what a moron!
Well, he was, psychotic in a way.
Yeah.
So, for those of you that are watching on video, that is the perpetrator. His name is, God, what was it?
James.
I just drew a blank. Oh, yeah, James Holmes.
Not to be confused with John Holmes.
Yeah.
Or Mike Holmes. The house builder from Canada. Yeah, according to Rob in chat, he did refer to himself as the Joker, which, considering it was from a Batman theater that he was shooting up, yeah, it was a little bit fitting, except the Joker's hair isn't really that bright orange, so he's a little off.
Yeah, the Joker has green hair.
Yeah, he's got a really bright green hair. He just more looks like Carrot Top. So, but yeah, these are images of him and in his arraignment. You can very easily see, yeah, he's falling asleep in court. He's bored. But, he didn't always look like this. There is a little bit of a normal guy, supposedly. And this is the picture that they're showing everybody now. The before and after of when he was a college student and the monster that he is today.
Yes.
Did you get the link?
Yeah, I'm getting there. Hang on.
Okay.
Yeah,
I'm
the
just-
problem with that though is that I've seen so many different people say it's not the same person.
I was getting there.
Okay, go.
All right. Well, now you see the picture of supposedly the first before he went crazy, James Holmes, and the after he went crazy, James Holmes. Randy, can you zoom in on the nose of the before picture?
Give me a second. I'll do that.
You ever think that maybe he had the constipated look and that's why his face looks different?
I don't know.
The
don't
shape
know.
of the face isn't even the same.
No. Well, the general shape, no. But if you look at his nose, once Randy
him.
scrolls down a little bit,
That's him, guys. Trust me, that's
you
him.
notice how his nose is a little wide. Towards the bottom, it's a little flared out, and it's real thin up in the bridge. If you scroll over, Randy, to the other image,
Okay, I did.
yeah, I got a delay. You'll notice that all of a sudden his nose, even the nostril size, is like cut in half. So he goes from having a real wide nose to a real thinned out nose.
But
His nostrils.
what's the time difference in these pictures?
I haven't really been able to find the time difference. All I know from what I've seen, everyone says that the first photo is from when he was in college, which could be any time within the last couple of years.
I mean, if he's broken his nose since then, or I mean, dozens of different things could happen. No, you know, unless the FBI was babysitting this guy 24/7 for the past 3 years, nobody knows what's gone on.
Right,
That's
but look
so-
at the eyes themselves. I'm not talking about the color. I'm talking about the actual shape of the eyes, and
Yep.
and the
Well-
fact that in the before picture they look more sunk in. The after picture, they don't look really sunk in.
Well, I mean,
well, not
if,
only that, shape too.
I'll tell you what, guys. This will prove my point. You go onto YouTube and watch a video called "Faces of Meth." You ever seen it?
Mm-mm.
It shows
No.
people that have done meth over a period of time, what they looked like when they were normal and what they looked like after they did meth. And you're going to see the same things. And they're the same people. Trust me.
Mm-hmm.
I think that this is the guy. I really have to put it out there and say this is the guy. That
Well,
those two are the
first
same
theory.
person.
The first theory says that they are two different people.
Yeah, I don't think so.
You know, there are a lot of similarities in the shape of their face. There's a lot. You know, the nose stands out as being different. If you look at that little flap of skin right underneath the nose, where the lips dip down into that little V shape,
Mm-hmm.
that's even that's a little different because on the picture to the right, it looks like it sticks out more, whereas on the left it's a little flatter. And then the two pictures, their ears aren't exactly the same shape. Where, you know, I know fighters and boxers and whatnot, you know, they go through, their ears change shapes all the time. They call it cauliflower ear.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But, you know, we're talking about a med student here who, you know, from what I've seen, isn't ripped like a fighter or a boxer. He's just a skinny dude. So, you know, I don't know what could cause his ears to change shape so drastically. You know?
Well, you just said it. He's a med student. What if he altered his appearance on his own? What if he
now, how
broke
would
his
you do that?
What if he broke his own nose?
Wouldn't
and
there
then
be
said it?
some kind of a medical record that says he was in the hospital for
Not
broken nose?
necessarily. I mean, I broke my nose in high school and I didn't go to the hospital for it.
But
Yeah,
was-
one of my friends, he broke his nose. His grandmother was a nurse, and popped it with a cold spoon.
It looks just like it. That's
Yeah.
interesting.
What's that?
I just found a interesting site. Let me put it in the chat so you can look at it.
Okay.
There you go.
Well, while Amanda's doing that, one of the things that I find very interesting is that this kid was a student. He was broke. He was dead broke. But yet he found a way to buy $10,000 worth of hardware
Well, that's
And-
the second theory.
and go in and perpetrate this.
Yeah.
Well, actually, it's not a theory. I mean, he was broke. So where did he get the money to get this kind of hardware?
That's the second theory.
Well, but what I'm saying is theory or not, I mean, if right now, if we take all the money that we have together, we're still not going to be able to go out and buy $10,000 worth of hardware. So how did a college
Oh, no.
student that was broke get it?
That was easily $20,000 worth of gear.
Well,
I mean, you
yeah.
got to think he had the vest, the helmet, the gloves, the elbow and knee. He had everything.
He had riot gear that I don't even have access to, and I work in law enforcement.
Right. You know, I mean, not only that, the weaponry he had. You know, you just can't find one of those laying on the street. They're expensive.
Right.
And even if he did buy them illegally, they're expensive.
Not to mention the tear gas canisters that he let off.
Right.
You don't just buy those on Amazon or eBay.
No, you don't. You know.
It isn't going to
Well-
happen. I don't care who you are. Anybody who wants to argue that point in chat or call in or whatever, don't argue it. Tear gas is not available to anybody on eBay or Amazon. I'll guarantee you right now.
No, not military or police grade.
No, and that was a proven fact that it was police grade tear gas that was used when he
Right.
did that. So I'm just
Well,
here to
while
tell
we're
you.
on the subject of the tear gas, let's go into what the theory is of how he got it.
What do you think? How do you think he got it?
Well, there's this conspiracy theory and also a movie called The Manchurian Candidate.
Mm-hmm.
You guys ever see it?
I have not seen it, Larry, but I know what it's about.
Okay, well, this is what the main theory for this whole event is. Basically, in The Manchurian Candidate, and there are similarities but slight differences,
Mhm.
someone was brainwashed and trained to assassinate somebody else. Except, you know, in this case, it's not one person. He was brainwashed and trained to do this event where, you know, everyone is saying, all these conspiracy theorists are saying that this guy is FBI trained, FBI funded, FBI equipped with the Manchurian Candidate style of brainwashing to where he goes in there, he goes and blasts everything up, and then has no recognition of what happened. Recollection of what happened. So, you know, like Dan was saying, you can't get that equipment. You can't get the tear gas.
Now,
He had a Remington shotgun.
before
a
you
Smith
go,
& Wesson
before you go any
assault
farther, Larry.
40 cal Glock.
Larry,
Hey, Larry, before you go any farther, now we all know, right now, today, right now, you could go onto Google and you could download a copy of the Anarchist Cookbook. You guys ever heard of it?
Mm-hmm. I've heard of that.
It will tell you how to make tear gas. However, the tear gas that was used for him to perpetrate his event, to be the Joker, was also housed in police grade canisters.
Right.
So
Right,
he
the
somehow got a hold of police grade tear gas. So I just want to clarify that this was police grade tear gas in police grade tear gas canisters that was used.
Right.
If you log on to Google and you download the Anarchist Cookbook, you can find out how to make pepper gas, tear gas. If you get the right stuff, you could probably even make mustard gas.
Yeah, you can.
But the problem is you cannot
That I would
contain
know.
it the same way that it's contained when it's a military or police grade.
No, because they don't tell you how to make the canisters.
Right.
So, I mean, right, that's evidence right there that, you know, maybe this Manchurian Candidate conspiracy theory sounds plausible.
It's
So we've
definitely a
got the gear.
possibility.
We've got the weaponry. We've got the tear gas. Here's a good question. How did he get into the theater? I don't know about you guys, but every time you walk out of a door that isn't the main entrance, that door locks behind you and you cannot get back in.
Right.
He walked in through the back of the theater.
that tells me that he had probably planned this and he was in the theater earlier that day.
Either that or an accomplice. Someone else is in on it.
Someone opened the door for him.
Mm-hmm.
Either open the door for him, or he could have simply snipped a credit card in half and duct taped it into the locked so it couldn't pop, so it couldn't pop into the latch, and then came back later that day and pulled off his, I mean, there's a million ways to prop a door to where if it's a sense door in the theater, it would still close. It doesn't have to latch to keep the sensor from recognizing that the door is open. It just has to shut.
Unless it's a metal on metal sensor,
Right.
which a lot of AMCs do use.
Right, but still, most of them aren't in the latch. They're on the
No.
door themselves.
Yeah.
So if the door
Right.
closes flush, it's still going to sense it that it's closed.
Right, right.
It's usually at the top of the door.
Yep. Yep.
Right. But even still, the theory says that he had some help getting into the theater. Which,
Yeah.
maybe he planned it ahead. Maybe this theory that they're talking about is right. It's hard to say because he can't remember what happened. He doesn't remember doing it. And the FBI is not going to go start talking about how he did this or he did that.
Well, I think if we're going to blame a governmental group for it, I don't think it would be the FBI. I think it would more likely be the CIA,
Well, it could be the CIA too.
which the CIA is not supposed to be operating in government and the United States to begin with.
Well, yeah, but they do it.
Well, of course they do.
So, they do whatever they want to do, and no one's going to say anything different.
Well, and it's nobody ever has. I mean, you
Right.
need to realize in the government system that they do pretty much whatever they want to, and we as the people don't hold them accountable for that. The way the government's set up, we're supposed to be able to hold them accountable, but if you go, let's just say anybody or a group of people go to hold them accountable, what happens to them? They get handcuffed, arrested, slapped in the face, pepper
Tear gas.
sprayed, everything else, just like you saw when those guys were demonstrating peacefully. Now, you have the right to demonstrate. That's also a constitutional right. And when they do those things, take away your right, the only thing that those people did was they were on private property, and when they told the police, remove them from my property, they now have any way up to the use of force to forcibly remove them from their property. If they'd have been camping in the street, there's nothing they could have done. But because
Right.
they were where they were,
Well, no, that's not true. If they were blocking traffic, they could have been forcibly moved.
Right, but if they were on the side of the street or on the sidewalk, or in
Yeah.
between the sidewalk and the street, in that little, easement there,
Yep.
the police would have had to tell those universities, we can't move them. They're not breaking any laws. But because
Right.
they were on private property camping out for an extended amount of time, that just gave the police the right to do that. Yeah, I see that, Rob, but in Chicago, those protesters started to become violent back. So that's why they started to arrest them on the sidewalks.
Not only that, Chicago police do whatever they want anyway.
Yeah, they do. I mean, my cousin was murdered 2 years ago. They know who frickin' did it, and they still won't do anything about it. So I'm not gonna sit and defend the Chicago police anyway, because that's a whole nother show. But
Right.
anyhow, the bottom line here is our rights are going to continue to be taken away because nobody gives a damn. Oh, it's too hard. I'd rather just remain with the status quo. You don't give up any rights. I don't care what it is, whether you agree with it or not. Do not give up your rights. I mean, plain and simple. If you don't agree with one of those rights, that's fine. Don't agree with it. But don't give them anything back. I mean, those rights were given to us from day one. And every day I log onto Facebook, or every time that I read a newspaper or whatever, we're giving up more and more of our rights, and we're freely letting them take them back. And where does it stop? Where does someday they say, you know what, your right to oxygen is now expired. We're going to kill 10,000 of you. That sounds ludicrous, but where does it stop? Where do we as a society say enough's enough? I mean, in the political system of the federal government, you have a bunch of educated idiots in there. There are not people. Do you think there's people like you or me or any of us in chat or any of us sitting here at this table that have had to go work a job, pay your own way through school, and take care of your own kid when he or she is sick in the middle of the night? Like Mitt Romney's wife, who claims she took care of her kids? No, her nanny took care of her kids when they were sick. Those people are so stinking rich. What happened here? I'm going to tell you exactly what happens to the government, federal government preen people. They're born with a silver spoon in their mouth. They're raised and preened because daddy or uncle or whoever is in the government system. They go to school, get a degree, and then what do? They make a career out of politics. They never go work a job. Whether they become a lawyer or not, it doesn't matter. Okay, you got your law degree. Where did you go practice law? How many court cases did you fight? None. I went straight into politics. It happens every day. Every single stinking day.
I can only think of one.
There's very, very few. And the bottom line is that the people who are men or women of the people, they usually don't tend to stay in government very long. Some of them just mysteriously end up dying. Gee, there's a concept. So, anyway. Go ahead, Larry. I didn't mean to go off on my soapbox there.
Yeah, sure you didn't.
I don't even remember where I left off.
I know. I'm sorry. I'm kind of a bastard.
Well,
Dan.
let's just.
He's the only candidate that's worth a damn.
Just leave it to Dan to throw us off kilter here.
Yeah.
You were talking about conspiracy theories, Larry.
Yeah.
Colorado.
Trying to get back into it. Okay, so
You
The
left
end of
off
this
on an accomplice or how he got in there and stuff.
How he got into the theater.
right. Okay, so according to the conspiracy theory that says the FBI or the CIA or some government entity had something to do with it, the main reason behind it, and this is where Dan is probably gonna start going off the handle again. So
I didn't go off the handle. I just stated a fact.
Here, I'll just chop him down.
you stated a fact for 15 minutes.
It wasn't 15 minutes. It was only 8.
Tangents
counted.
are allowed, Larry. Please continue.
I don't get on here as much as you get to.
I'm just messing with you. So,
You're still sexy.
if
Pardon me.
you had a mustache, I could say the same thing.
Incidentally, Larry, I'm
Yeah,
hiding behind the mic so I look like Wilson from Tool
That's
Time.
right. That's right. So, why would the government want this type of thing to happen if they initiated the CIA to go ahead and brainwash this guy?
Drum roll,
What?
Randy.
What UN? Yeah, go ahead. Give me the drum roll.
Give him the drum
I
roll.
don't think I have that one on there.
Damn.
I got this one.
Okay, do that
Okay.
That's
Okay.
a rim shot.
one. Wow. You got a rim shot, Larry.
Whoa. Whoa.
even hear it.
Whoa.
You'll hear it in 5 seconds. Don't worry.
No, I couldn't hear it at all.
Oh.
Play it
Oh,
again.
That's right. That's right. The soundboard is going through the video feed, not the blog talk.
Ah.
Okay, well, I'm going to assume there was a rim shot there.
Yeah.
And what UN ruling is what kind of being discussed right now?
Enlighten
Gun
us.
control.
You bet.
The UN is trying to enforce gun control. And according to most, well, I guess not most, but a lot of conspiracy theorists, that they're saying that the government wants us to lose all of our gun control rights. They want us to have no guns so that we are unable to defend ourselves or, purposely go out there with a weapon and kill and maim and rob liquor stores, because buying guns legally is the only way to do it. So the main reason why this conspiracy theory was brought up was to blame it on the UN.
Maybe.
What do you mean, maybe?
Well, as you stated earlier, it is a theory.
Yeah. It's a brand new theory, too.
Yeah. The government has been trying to take away our guns, along with many other liberties that we enjoy in this country for a long time.
Bacon.
Yeah, they're trying to take away bacon, for Christ's sake. So, guns is a hot topic right now. It's always really been a hot topic.
Hot pocket.
I got into a discussion.
Hot pocket.
I got into a discussion about it on Facebook, and I'm not going to sit and argue about it. The bottom line is if you don't like guns, nobody's saying that you have to go out and buy one and have one in your house.
Nope.
Don't
You
do it.
have a
It's just like
choice.
if you don't like onions, don't frickin' buy them and bring them into your house. Period. End of story. What is unrealized, and I'm talking by experience, as 6 years in law enforcement, 16 years in the fire service, picking up people who've been shot in Chicago, okay? I'm not dreaming about it. I'm not going by what I've seen on TV. I'm going by what I've seen with these two eyes and pulled people's guts together with these two hands. The people who are committing crimes and getting guns illegally are going to do that anyway. Period.
Right.
It is not.
Right.
It is a very small percentage of anybody who went and obtained a gun legally that actually goes and perpetrates a crime with that gun. If I wanted to, I could drive from Randy and Amanda's house tonight for an hour and a half downtown Chicago, and for $200 I could probably get ammunition and 3 handguns tonight that are untraceable. Serial numbers have been filed.
Dan, you could probably go to downtown Rockford and get the same thing.
Your choices in Chicago are going to be more. You're going to be able to get the automatics. Downtown Rockford,
yeah.
You're probably going to get the 38
handgun.
the 38 snubs.
The handguns.
Probably maybe a couple Glocks, but for the most part, you're going to be able to. The bottom line is either of those two cities, you're going to be able to get a gun. Period. End of story.
Right. Right.
They bring people to us all the time that have guns illegally. Convicted felons, guess what? They now have a new felony because what did they do? They had handguns. Oh, well, I didn't know I couldn't have a handgun. Well, bullshit. You knew damn well you could have a handgun, or you couldn't have a handgun, and you did it anyway.
They tell them that.
So, the people who sit here, I wish I had a violin to play. The people who sit here and say guns cause crimes, you're talking like a man with a paper asshole.
No.
People commit crimes. Inanimate objects do not commit crimes. Period. End of story. The next person that I have say guns cause crimes that says it to my face, I'm going to sock you right in your goddamn mouth.
How many people actually get killed at a gun show by a gun?
None.
Thank you.
Like I tried to tell the person on Facebook the other day, I could get in my car, drive downtown Chicago, and decide to drive my car down the sidewalks and take out just as many people as that guy in Colorado did before they could stop my car. I could download the Anarchist cookbook, get a barrel of gunpowder, and if I didn't have a FOID card, I could actually substitute ammonia nitrate. I could actually go and tap ammonia tanks out of any of the FSs that we live so close to everywhere and make a pipe bomb that would blow up the same way as gunpowder would and kill a number of people. So to sit, also, I'm pretty good with a bow and arrow. I have crossbows. I could probably take out at least 10 or 12 people before they could find my position and take me out. Pretty quickly. So, and it's a proven fact that over recorded history, more people have been shot and killed by arrows than they have been by bullets. That's a proven fact. Arrows have been around a hell of a lot longer than bullets have. Back in the medieval times, they didn't have muskets and bullets. So, all it is a focus to throw somewhere and put the blame on something, when we really should be blaming violent video games that I played too. And you know what? I played Grand Theft Auto. I played Killer Instinct. It never meant that I wanted to go out and kill anybody.
There's a comment in the blog talk.
Okay.
Rob from Down Under.
Okay.
He said it isn't guns that need to be regulated; it's the ammunition.
Right. Exactly. I have no issues with them regulating ammunition, but you have a right that was set out under the Second Amendment to keep and bear arms. And if we freely give up this right thinking that it's going to protect us, it's not going to protect us. It's not going to protect us in the very least. All it's going to do is prove to the government, the Congress, that America is dumb enough to lay down and say, take this one. If they get it, all I'm going to tell you guys right now, as sure as we're all sitting here, is if they take this right, watch how many follow. Happened in 1933, and by 1940, Hitler's exterminating people. And one of the major things that happened in the first part of that was they took their guns. So my computer just died.
Did it?
So no, it came back
Paddles.
up. It came back up. But anyway,
What? What?
What?
oh my,
Yeah.
I had a glitch here. So
Oh.
Concealed carry. If you notice, and this is a proven fact, these are it is statistically proven that states that have concealed carry, which, drum roll, Randy,
Nah,
Illinois is the only one that doesn't have concealed carry, the crime rates have gone down. And
Not much of a drum roll, but it'll have to do.
I've talked to people that are criminals because I have access to them. And many of them will tell you, if concealed carry was possible here, they would be less apt to go and try to rob somebody thinking that this guy might turn around and shoot me right back. He might be a better shot than me. So, even me in law enforcement, I don't have the right to concealed carry.
No.
And
I don't.
that's a crock.
Damn it.
You went and served your country, Larry. It was okay to have people whiz bullets over your head all day, but you can't protect yourself in your own home?
Nope. Or movie theaters, I guess.
Epic fail.
So, I mean, what's... Back in... Larry, you and I were talking about this the other night. Back during President Kennedy's term in office,
Yep.
there was brought to light, and this happened, the United States government was going to perpetrate an act against its own people down in Florida and make it look like Cuba did it.
Mm-hmm.
This is a fact. So our government has tried to, in fact, pull this crap before. What's to say they didn't do it again? Because of the gun thing. All I'm going to say, guys, is if you let them take our guns, you might as well just let them take our asses too. Because the minute you give them up, we're done. You have no way of protecting yourself from them, from anybody else who is going to be armed, because do you think that the illegal people are going to give up their guns? They don't even know they have them.
Yeah.
It's not going to happen. All you're going to have is a group of unarmed citizens that can no longer protect themselves even in their own homes.
I saw a bumper sticker the other day that was actually kind of scary, but also very appropriate. It said, if they take our guns, can we use swords?
Yeah.
Huh.
Well,
That's about where
I'm
I'm
just gonna-
headed.
I'm gonna use my lightsaber.
I'm going to quote my grandfather and say, my grandfather always told me, boy, you don't ever take a knife to a gunfight. So if I pull out a sword or a knife, I better be able to close the distance and be effective with it because I'm going to get shot.
Yeah, I was gonna say you just lost that gunfight.
Fencing classes, anyone?
Well, I guess you could become a knife thrower.
Yeah.
Throwing stars. There you go.
Epic fail.
The thing is that
We're so serious here. I gotta break it up
and
somehow.
you know, it's kind of. Rob lives in a society down in Australia where they do not have handguns,
No.
and
Well, also Australia started out as a prison, though,
right, but still,
so some of their laws are a little fishy.
well, it could be. I mean,
Go ahead, Rob.
over in London and in England, England's people don't have guns either.
Yeah.
The police over there literally say stop or I'll say stop again. However, some of the criminals over there, London doesn't publicize the fact that many of their police are shot every day and they can't even return fire.
Yeah.
Right.
Because the same as in America, the people who can obtain them illegally are still obtaining them illegally.
Right.
And I just don't see any clear thought or any argument to say that you shouldn't be able to protect yourself. If you don't want to protect yourself, that's your prerogative, you know? That's fine. It's just like if you go out in the sun without sunscreen and you get burnt. It's your prerogative. Nobody's
Right.
telling you to go out and buy a gun. But don't get on my ass because I want to have a gun. And I have several of them, and I grew up around them, and you know what? I've had them sitting in my house for a very long time, and God, they've never went off and killed any of us just for the sheer fact of wanting to go off.
I
So
grew up around them too. My parents collected them.
if we take away if we take away guns, then when somebody uses a car as a weapon, nobody should be able to drive. Now this is how ludicrous this train of thought is.
Yeah.
Take away their cars, nobody should be able to drive. Okay, so then somebody's going to go out and get pieces of PVC and make pipe bombs. Take away all the plastic PVC because they can make bombs out of it.
Right.
On September
That
11th,
makes sense.
2001, they flew jet planes into two of our buildings in New York City and into our Pentagon. Nobody should fly anymore because they can use our planes as missiles.
Yeah.
Do you see how stupid this is? Do you see the train of thought that it takes?
Hi, Ham.
The road I'm going down here? Do you blame the airlines for being hijacked and having their planes used as missiles? No, that's stupid. Do you blame the automobile industry because he drove a Chrysler LeBaron into a group of people, so Chrysler should be charged for that? No, because that's stupid. But by God, if somebody uses a Glock to perpetrate a crime against 40 people, then Jesus, let's blame Glock because their gun was used in a crime.
Ridiculous. Absolutely
Exactly. That's all I'm trying to say. Is if that's the only argument you're going to make in gun control, you're a dumbass. Go the hell back and drink the Kool-Aid some more because you're an idiot. I'm not even going to waste my time talking to you. You're an idiot. So, anyway, Larry, do I think that the CIA could have set this up? Yes. Do I think they would have set it up? Yes. Can we prove that fact? I don't know if they'll ever prove it. I mean, you know as well as I do, the
No.
CIA can cover their tracks better than anybody.
10 times easier for them to bury a body
right now
than it is for
listening
us.
to the show.
Yeah, I don't think it was the FBI. I don't think that stop and think. The CIA is not a law enforcement agency. It
Right.
is-
I'm
it-
just reading the theory as someone posted it, and they said FBI.
Yeah, I just don't think it's
I
the
think
FBI.
CIA makes more sense.
The CIA, somebody told me once that CIA, it stands for Central Intelligence Agency. Somebody also said it stands for Crime in America. And that's a very true statement. So,
Yeah.
Osama
Yeah.
bin Laden was trained by our CIA, so, what the hell. Oh, guess what? You know who else was trained by our CIA? He got hung in Iraq. Saddam Hussein was also trained by our CIA. Gee, wow. You know, maybe if America would stay home and take care of its own people, instead of letting the UN let us be the world's police force, maybe things wouldn't be the way they are.
I've been saying that for years.
Oh, well. If I die on my way home tonight, you know it's because I got mouthy on this radio show.
Yeah.
And if I get shot, it will be because I couldn't, because I'm here to tell you right now, if Illinois ever passes concealed carry, I'm telling you all right now, you will never ever, you may not see it, you'll never ever see me in a place where that Glock will not be on me. And it won't be on me tonight because I can't defend myself if somebody pulls up beside me and decides to shoot me. Which that could
Bang,
happen
bang.
whether I had a gun anyway. But at least the option was there to
Yeah.
fire back.
You know, I remember being a kid when we'd go on the annual migration to Alabama and Tennessee to visit my dad's family. We'd all pile in the car, and my dad would get out this old khaki, almost like a messenger bag, but it was a little bit smaller, with the flap that folded over and everything. He'd take it out, and he'd put it under the seat of the car. Nobody ever said what it was, but we all knew it was the Beretta.
Yep.
And it sat under the seat of the car the whole way down there, while we were down there, and the whole way back up.
When I was growing up, my grandfather kept a loaded 38 in the glove box of his car every day. Every single day.
Never went off.
Was he carrying it illegally? Yes. When I asked him when I got old enough to understand that, Grandpa, why do you keep a loaded 38 in your car? And my grandfather grew up in Sioux City, Iowa, during a time when the mob was very active out there, and he told me straight out. He said, because I'll tell you one thing. I'll tell you a couple things, boy. Number one, there's never a cop around when you need one.
Nope.
And number two, I'd rather be judged by 12 than carried by 6.
Yep.
So there you go.
Yep.
I'll take my chances in a jury and with a jury rather than facing
Bless
a
you.
killer.
Yeah.
So anyway,
Yeah, it's funny the things we remember as kids, and our parents, and our grandparents. Not.
all I'm going to tell you guys right now is if somebody breaks into your house and you don't have a way to defend yourself and they are armed, you are not going to be able to stop them with good intentions.
No.
You are going to be able to stop them with firepower.
911
Plain and
can't
simple.
stop them either.
You know how many people come in that just beat the hell out of their wives because a piece of paper doesn't stop anybody? Why don't you know what? The next time, go to a hospital. When I did my clinical time for paramedic school, there was at least 6 or 7 battered women that came into the hospital ER with broken noses. One gal, it actually popped her eyeball. Her husband hit her so hard it broke the orbit and it popped her eyeball. She lost her eyeball. And they all suspiciously, the similarity was they all had restraining orders on their ex-husbands. But you know, you can't hold a piece of paper up in front of your face like this because it just doesn't stop a fist.
No. Or lightsaber.
Lightsaber now if you're good with it. So, it's just a sad fact of life. You know, violence is going to happen no matter how we perpetrate it. Whether it's done with a baseball bat, whether it's done with a knife, whether it's done with a gun. But the fact of the matter is there's not enough police to protect us all. There's not enough people in the military to have the protection that you would need to have You know, now do I think that we need to be able to go out and buy AK-47s? No, I think that's kind of stupid. Nobody needs an AK-47.
No.
The only thing an AK-47 is good for is killing people.
Yeah.
Yeah, I have issues with that. But as far as hunting rifles, shotguns, handguns, you know, but we do have the right to have whatever we want. So if I have the right to own my shotgun, you're never going to see me buy an AK-47 because I don't need to spray 20 bullets at you. I'm a good enough shot to where I can take aim and one time is all it's going to take.
Yeah.
I don't need to spray 30
Well,
bullets.
what about a Barrett 50 cal?
That's just fun.
That's just fun.
Blowing shit up.
I happily can say that I have shot a Barrett 50 caliber, and it's awesome. I mean,
I was supposed
need
to,
it?
but I never
No.
got my chance to.
but it's awesome. I mean, it's absolutely awesome. It's the most awesome thing I've ever done. Do I need to? Nah, but it was cool. Do you need it? No. I can be just as effective with a 308 or 30-06. Not as far out. You know, you're not going to get your 1.5 miles shots, but you know, how far are you really going to keep them, or how long are you really going to keep them at 1.5 miles? Most armies, especially back in the old day, and Larry, correct me if I'm wrong, you are still in the military. When somebody's trying to hold a position, most armies win because of shock and awe. There's just too damn many people to shoot. Kind of like the one of our favorite shows on this show, The Walking Dead. You can't kill every single zombie with a bullet because there's just too damn many of them.
Yep.
It's shock and awe. That's how you win battles, shock and awe. You know, during Vietnam, the Vietnamese used to laugh at us because many times, unless they had snipers out there, they were not shooting our guys to kill them. They were shooting them to maim them because they knew that it would take 2 guys to drag that one wounded guy off of the battlefield. Whereas if they just killed him, they took out 1 guy. If they maimed him, they took out 3 with 1 shot. We are one of the only countries or militaries that values the soldiers enough to have somebody drag them out of there. You know what happens? You know what happened to the soldiers in Vietnam? If we shot them and they were maimed, those guys would walk by and pop them in the head. I don't have time to take you. You're dead. So, anyway.
I think it's about time for a break.
I have to have a beer.
Yeah, beer.
20 of them.
All right, yeah. We'll take a little break here, and we'll be back in about 10.
See you in a bit.
I'm not gonna wait there. This opportunity
Larry said he could hear you talking about your predator baby.
I have a predator baby.
You got a predator, baby. What?
I'm growing predator babies in my basement right now,
That's freaking awesome. Can I
next
have
to the
one?
hydroponic. That doesn't have anything in it yet, but when it gets legalized, then it will.
Can I have one?
Prepped and
Lots
ready.
of it. Lots of it.
Larry, you still there?
I am.
He's all quiet.
Hey, I'm sorry if anybody's saying anything in chat. My computer dropped it, so I'm not even going to try to rekindle my chat thing here because my computer's being haunted tonight. So enough on gun control. Larry, let's talk about upcoming events. What do we as JP Apocalyptic Radio have coming up in the future?
Woohoo! I did my homework, Larry.
My mind is still blown on this whole previous hour.
Blown. Did you say blown?
Well, as you said before, this is our last Blog Talk Radio show. For those of you that don't know how the live stream works, not only are we able to do a live show, as far as I've seen, Randy, and you can correct me if I'm wrong, we don't have a limit on the amount of time we can broadcast.
That's correct. That's correct.
We can broadcast live for 10 hours. Our only limitation
10
is the amount
hours
of
of Dan
space
and
per
Randy.
month.
I don't think people can handle 10 hours of us.
I don't think we can handle 10 hours of us.
Well, it was an example, but like for the next couple months, we might end up being able to broadcast a 3-hour show, a 4-hour show, and LiveStream allows us to do that.
Yay.
We
So-
reach for straws at broadcasting for 2 hours. What could we possibly talk about for
Sometimes.
4 hours? No, there are shows that we've done. As a matter of fact, the one that we did the night in the bar when it was just Randy and I, that one night, there were callers calling in. There were people. We could have actually won another half hour or an hour that night.
Yeah.
And I think it was one of the zombie. No, it wasn't a zombie show. It was something else. Anyway, there were people coming up. Well, are you guys still on? We'd like to talk. And we'd already wrapped it up by then, so it was over. But
Right.
Right. There are times that yes, you
Hi,
can keep
kitty,
going.
Say hi, Ham.
There is a cat in the middle of the studio, and that's awesome.
That's Hemmy.
Well, aside from our ability to broadcast for longer than 2 hours, we're also able to set up an autoplay reel, which will play 24 hours a day when we're not live broadcasting. So now that we're going to start moving to video, we're going to be able to start filming some of these little skits and scenes that we're hoping to get done here in the next couple weeks and have some funny things for you guys to watch. Well, not only will we play them on the show, but you can go ahead and log into our website and come to this Watch Live page, and you'll see those skits play over and over and over.
And
Yeah.
then if you have to go to our actual live stream page, you can probably pick the ones you want to watch.
Right.
Yes.
Well, there is one that we'll be shooting in the next couple weeks. I go on call this weekend. Tonight's my last night of freedom for 2 weeks. And
You're going on call. Oh, and then, by the way, we do have a caller.
Yay.
we'll talk more about it after that.
Yeah, I know who it is, too.
Uh-oh.
Yeah.
Uh-oh.
Hello, good day.
Cheers.
Hello.
Hello.
Hello, mate.
There goes.
How's it going, Rob?
Hello.
Hello.
Good. How about yourself? Hello.
Doing well, thank you. How's it going down there in Australia?
Oh, well, for supposed to be being winter, it's damn hot.
It's been hot around here too, Robert.
Yeah.
Hey, Robert, that night you tried to call me, I'm sorry. I had to go into work that night, so I couldn't take the call. So I apologize for that.
That's quite all right, Dan. That's quite all right.
Yeah, you owe him a tinny.
I will make good on that someday.
Okay.
So what are you
this
thinking,
is the last
Robert?
night that you're using Blog Talk Radio. How will I be able to call in next week?
Well, Rob, the only way that I can see that working is us to incorporate Skype into the show.
Uh-huh.
So,
Which we will have fine-tuned, hopefully, within the next couple of shows. So,
yes, so you should be able to call in on Randy's Skype, and it would put you straight into the show.
Probably the next couple of shows, we may not have that set up yet. So you might just be watching us talk, and you'll have to ask us questions through chat. Because we want to get Blog Talk cleared out and off of that before we go totally live stream. Which, after tonight, this is the last Blog Talk show. But we want to get that account and everything settled before we go and open. Whoops, sorry, Randy. Another one. To where we have to make funds for live streams. So it may be a couple weeks. So bear with us.
That's all right.
You got any questions? Just throw them in chat, and we'll answer them the best we can. And if we're stupid about it, you can cuss us out in chat, and that's fine.
That's right.
and then one of the things that this live stream does, it actually saves it to a file on the computer. If Rob ever wants it, I can just send him a copy.
Yeah. So, I mean, it is, in all essence, it is a much better show. So, even though it's our last show on Blog Talk, and I just had a tear run down my face. Not really.
Bullshit.
This is actually the new flagship show.
Yeah,
for live
Flagship.
Stream.
Flagship.
So, we've got some cool things coming up. One of the videos that we're going to be doing in the next couple weeks is my father-in-law has a jet ski, and I have a waterproof camera. And I'm going to bolt that waterproof camera onto the front of the jet ski and make it go underwater and make it jump waves, and it'll be about a 15-minute video. I am sure Randy will cut it down to condense it to probably 5 minutes or something. And we'll throw that on the website, and you'll be able to see what the front of the jet ski sees down the river. Just one of those stupid things that we're going to do. With Randy's lightsaber sound effects, we may have a couple lightsaber battles that we tape.
Yeah, that sounds like
Sword
a plan to
fight.
me.
No, actual lightsaber battles. Without it would be so awesome if Larry could hack my arm off, but we can't do that. But.
We can edit that.
Yeah, Randy could probably edit my arm rolling across, the street or something.
We'll just go get a dummy arm, and we'll just put some fake blood on it, and then we'll just
We still
CG
have the
it off.
jar of fake blood in the kitchen.
And we all know how to make fake blood, trust me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And Randy smells really good.
Yeah, Randy's fake blood smells like Kool-Aid because it has Kool-Aid in it.
Well, no, it smells like a Tootsie Roll
Well,
Pop.
yeah, kind of. Look at that fake blood.
Delicious.
Wow, it's fermenting fake blood.
Fermenting.
You didn't know the fake blood would ferment.
Looks like tomatoes.
Yeah, nothing like breathing in sugar.
That'll be the alcoholic
Like
fake blood soon.
That'll be awesome. So we've got some things that we can now go ahead and do, and we don't actually have to. We still have our YouTube channel. We'll throw them on YouTube, but you don't have to go to YouTube to watch them. You can watch them right
And
on our website.
don't forget about the Green Man.
Yeah,
Yep.
yeah. Rob has a Green Man suit that that's going to be funny. But we're going to be able to do a whole bunch of different things, and it'll be.
You know what we should do?
It'll be a good time.
We should make a superhero skit with the Green Man suit and call him the Chameleon. Instead of hiding crime, he hides from it and he blends into his background.
That's awesome.
Rainbow Man.
Like, oh shit, a bank robber. Camouflage.
That'd be awesome.
Poof, gone.
But if you guys think my fat butt's
crap.
getting into some Spider-Man costume, you got another thought coming.
Oh, damn it.
Spider-Man after 40.
Fail.
Spidey. Spidey after dark. Spidey after 40, yeah. What was that? Play that again.
That was Rob.
Oh, that's awesome.
I said Tarantula Man.
Yeah, that, well, the
Tarantula Man.
big, fat, overaged tarantula man.
Daddy Longleg Man.
How
No, that'd
about
be
just,
Dave.
Yeah.
you know what? How about the
Oh, here we go,
adventures,
Mad Dan.
adventures of the Green Man and Bigfoot? What do you think, Randy?
Chewbacca outfit.
Adventures of the Green Man and Bigfoot. And we could,
Yeah.
like, have the Green Man and Bigfoot go into a bar and order, like, drinks and shit.
You know, I know just the person to get to dress up.
You know, that's so crazy it might work.
Oh yeah, like some of our. You notice this nice little setup we have here. We got different camera views. We got our main camera view, facing whole the eye, and our camera view here added to just focus on Dan there and Amanda. And here's that one. And here's our fourth one, which we haven't had a chance to use tonight actually because it hasn't been used.
No, there's been very little
called-
activity in it.
The cat can cam.
It has
dude.
No
been
cat in there.
used.
Amanda, put your hand in there.
That is actually a shot from inside.
Amanda's going to put her hand in there so you can see. Ah, there it is. So when the kitty cats
It
go.
has been used, though.
Oh, we
You
missed
can
it.
see it in the corner,
Damn it.
right there.
So,
Fail.
so we will have that on video
As
when
long
that
as there's
happens.
no needle in the box like they had in June.
I'm sorry, what did you say, Robert?
I said just as long as they don't have a needle in the box like they had in the movie June.
Well, hopefully not.
Poison things.
So, how are things going down under besides the weather?
Oh, not too bad, not too bad. Yeah, I've just had a fair bit of dental work done, and going to be getting some new teeth shortly in the next 2 weeks.
I have to have some dental work done myself.
So next time that I am speaking to you, well, if you're not going to be able to get calls from me for the next couple of weeks, I might actually be able to pronounce things properly and not have so much of a lisp.
And whistle, too.
Yeah.
I have
'Cause
one.
I had most of the top row of teeth taken out because most of them were rotten.
Ugh.
Yeah.
I have what they call a delayed
And-
lisp.
Delayed lisp. Oh.
Yeah.
It only comes out when I
your
talk about
computer
it.
died.
What was that, Rob?
I think I know why your computer died.
Uh-oh.
Why is that?
Because it's jealous that you're not using Vlog Talk Radio.
Uh-oh.
Da-da-da. Well, technically we are. Technically we are.
Yeah.
I love that.
I mean, we only have 3 people in there, and it's me, Nick, and Randy, because you left.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. Well,
I
if
feel like all in.
if I log back in there, it will put us on to. I'll be looking at the video until I can put it out, and it's just better if I just go ahead and just stay out of there right now.
Yeah.
So, anyhow.
Well, even though we're still leaving Blog Talk tonight, all of our archives are still going to be there. All of them. So, I mean, periodically, as we're going through video and having all these other shows, we're still going to post some of those old archives just so people can listen to how the show was when we first started.
Heck yeah. How crazy
Yeah.
and retarded we were.
Whether that's a good
Especially
thing or
the
a bad thing,
Miglio
I don't know.
Well, how many listens does Miglio have now? It's over like 800, isn't it?
805, last I checked.
All I'm going to put, I'm going to put this out there for the last show on Blog Talk. Who in the hell in their right mind would listen to the Miglio show not once, not twice, but 805 times?
And you know, we didn't even really. I didn't listen to it after we were done.
I mean, that wasn't art. That was crap.
It wasn't us.
It's not like it's art now, but that was crap.
It's not like we can say that we're the ones that listened to it 805 times either.
I never listened
It was
to it.
other
I know I downloaded it twice, so
I have it on my iTunes. That's it. That's it.
Well, you know, memories trapped between the pages of Blog Talk's archive. Exactly.
Right.
The Miglio show. Now, the Bigfoot show, that was artwork.
Yeah.
And you know why it was artwork?
Because we had the Bigfoot sound effect?
That's right.
Yeah, we can't hear it because we're on Blog Talk, Rob.
You'll hear it 10 seconds from now.
What?
You'll hear it on the video archive.
Dan, the last show we had David Lowry on, and when he's up this way in Illinois, we're going to tag along on a Bigfoot hunt with him.
That'd be awesome. Dave called on the show.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah, he was on the second half of the show.
Well, that's cool. I didn't even know he was on there.
and he said
'Cause you don't for the show?
he'd be happy to do it in the studio, too.
Well, that'd be sweet.
Yeah.
Well, I would love to tag along on a Bigfoot hunt, and if we could set it up to do it live, because as you said, we can broadcast live. Now, what is it? It'll only archive up to 10 hours per month or something like
10
that.
gigabytes.
10 gigabytes, 2 hours a day.
Okay. So
Right. But
but
one of our 2-hour shows
we could
is
still broadcast.
maybe a gig.
yeah, we could still broadcast live and put it out on Facebook and stuff that, hey, it's not a show, but we're going to be doing an investigation, a Bigfoot hunt live with Dave Lowry, and broadcast it there.
Yeah. Yeah, and then we could actually play the investigation and how it went down and everything on the 24-hour playback, and
Right.
people could watch it.
Highlights, baby, highlights.
They could watch the whole thing.
Well, yeah. Well,
Yeah, and you could do a investigation inside of Blackbird.
Yeah.
Yeah,
that'd be cool.
that's right. He's gonna have the setup, so probably just run the whole show out of Blackbird.
Yeah, exactly.
The Blackbird.
Blackbird.
Yeah, I didn't even know. I didn't even know that Dave
Blackbird.
called in. That's absolutely awesome.
Yep.
See, what I should do is I should take my phone, walk outside of the apartment, and call in for the last show.
Are you crazy?
Just for once. Once for old times. For old times' sake. Wilson,
Meh.
Wilson.
Nah.
Nah, I won't. I'm too comfortable sitting right where I'm at. And in October,
Why don't you update us on the adventures of the Dan Norvell project?
the Dan Norvell project.
The Ghost Hunter Dan Norvell project.
It's going well. I've got a few more likes on there. Not as many as I'd like to have, but
Yeah.
there's some stuff in the works that I'm going to wait until I come off of call and I'm on the next show to make those announcements. Just because I feel like it. I have been
Jerk.
I know. I'm a bastard. That you guys know I let shit fall through the cracks all the time.
Bastard.
Larry's just trying to back me into the corner and see if I'm going to come out or not.
I'm trying to get you to come out of the closet.
You wouldn't want me to come out if you just stay in there with me.
Oh well.
No, there's some stuff on the
Cheating
horizon,
bastard.
and
Oh, hi, honey.
you know we're just working to make everything. We want to get ourselves out there. It's all about getting people to hear what we have to say, and there are different avenues that I'm going to.
And another thing, do it having fun.
Right, right. It's not about, you know, the whole reason I started the Ghost Hunter Dan thing was not because I had problems with the people I was working with, but because I had problems with the whole community as a whole. I got tired of answering to people. I got tired of,
People looking to you for answers.
people looking to me for answers. That's why I walked from Small Town Paranormal and started my own thing. I want to investigate when I want to investigate. I don't want to take on clients. If somebody wants me to come and look at their house, that's fine. And I go in there with the understanding of is I may not give you any answers. I may not get anything. I may not have an explanation for you. And when you're representing a team, they want those answers and they want you to produce for them. And it just doesn't happen. You guys all know that doesn't always happen. And I just, I got tired of being the front man for all that. And I don't, with my work schedule as well, Larry, sometimes I get a chance at the spur of the moment to go and do something and I don't have time to call a whole team. And I got tired of feeling bad about that. And this way, I don't have to feel bad about it. I go do what I need to do when I want to do it, with who I want to do it. And if somebody doesn't like it, that's too bad. Because I only answer to me now. So that's just kind of the way it is. And and I'm actually having fun with it again. My brother and I went out last night and took some pictures. I actually did catch an apparition that I think was cool. I haven't released it out on the page yet. I will when I feel ready. And I'll put it out there when I'm ready to put it out there. And I understand that there's jerks anywhere in the world, and that's fine. And it's tough to get people to agree to disagree, and I try to agree to disagree, but you guys know that when I get backed into a corner, I get pissy and I want to come out fighting, and I was tired of feeling that way. So
it's human nature, Dan.
Well, it just gets old,
You can only be beat down and harassed so many times before you just
right.
Don't poke the sleeping bear.
And when you guys came into the mix of the whole family thing, it was on its way out.
Yeah.
I mean, Larry and I weathered that storm from day one. Yeah. And
Dan, we had like 3 or 4 storms.
Yeah, and it always inevitably ended up the buck stopped with me. However, the bullshit all went and stopped with me too. And I just got tired of it. There's no reason to everybody out there, Small Town Paranormal is always going to be Dan Norvell. It doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. Who's running it, who's there, it's always going to be me, because I was the one who was always on the page all hours of the night. I was always the one who was posting the stuff. Whether you guys posted stuff, whether you posted videos, whether Rob was talking on there, no matter who it was, everybody always thought it was me, and it wasn't. It was a group effort. But
you were up front.
Right. I was the front man. And then when the family came along and we tried, the whole concept of the family in the first place was to give investigators a network of people that they could draw from to do investigations together and to bounce stuff off of in a non-threatening environment. That's all it was ever set up to be. Is you could call Marcia from Chicago Paranormal Seekers, or Herb, or Amelia, or you could call Jim Heater from Chips, or you could call James Hunter from Spirit Paranormal, or anybody, and say, hey, I got this, I'm going to be in your area, you want to go with. Or, hey, I caught this, what do you think of this picture, or what else? And at first it was like that, and then it ballooned into this whole thing to where everybody, I felt like I was actually leading Romper Room, more so than a bunch of people who were supposed to be expected to act professional. Most of them did, but a lot of them didn't. You know, I don't need to be called to solve your problems because you had an issue with this guy in the family. It's not my purpose.
You're
We're
not
all
the
adults.
boss.
Right. The Ghost Hunter Dan Norvell thing, when I go on investigations with somebody now, Randy, you joined me the other night.
Mm-hmm.
We're all equals. It's not, hey, Dan, what do you want us to do? It's, hey, let's break off and do what we all do and just have a good time. And since I've been having a good time, I have a lot less stress. There's no reason a hobby should cause you stress. And,
No.
And it was causing me a lot. So
If your hobby causes you stress, it's time to find a new one.
it's not a hobby anymore. So
No.
anyway, such is life. That's that. So now I write books, and incidentally,
Aha, yeah.
I brought my books with me tonight. This is what Faith in the Darkness Nightfall looks like.
Yeah, we change the camera view. We'll go ahead and switch it to this one here.
There we go. Faith in the Darkness Nightfall right there, written by yours truly. I don't know how I'm doing on sales on this yet because they haven't given me any numbers. I still think that the publisher is way overpriced. It is available on Nook and Kindle. They still have it jacked up to $24.95. I've talked to them. They're not going to lower it anytime soon. Personally, I think they're setting it up for failure, and it is what it is. The next 4 books will not be published through this publisher, and I'm not signing any more contracts with anybody. I'm gonna.
All right, who's squeaking in the background? That you,
That
Larry?
would probably be me. My bad.
Oh.
It's it's a good book, and a couple people have bought it and gave me good reviews on it, and I'm gonna try to get some paperback copies instead of just hardcover. Like my other book that I co-wrote with my friend Sandy Wells, Beyond Life, The Ghost Chronicles. That is an awesome cover. You can't really see the words, but this book, more and more people are getting it in their hands, and everybody who reads it seems to like it. They like Sandy and I both have different writing styles, but people seem to like them both, and the difference between that book is all the fictional short stories in that book are written from the ghost perspective. The ghost is telling you the story. So,
which I think is a very cool concept.
And actually, come September, I will have another ghost book coming out, although I have not thought of a name for it yet. And it will be all my writing, and it's going to be about 10 fictional stories. And I've got 2 more that I'm working on right now for that book. And hopefully, I'm going to do that one released through Amazon.
This one's going to be you working on that.
Work.
Yep.
Work.
That's what it
Hello,
is.
boys. Have a good night's rest. I missed you.
And unfortunately, the people on Blog Talk, Larry and Rob, couldn't hear that.
Yeah.
But, no, I've got things in the works. Larry and I have a book of our own coming out, and then come October, JPAR is going to have one heck of a busy month.
Oh yeah.
Because we have.
I don't look forward to it.
We have
yet I do.
Cool investigation coming up. October will be JPAR's Ghost Month. If you notice, we don't talk about ghosts or ghost hunting.
Nope.
Pretty much any time throughout the whole year, but October, Halloween time, we're talking
we hit the
ghosts.
subject every once in a while.
Yeah, like tonight, we kind of talked about some projects, but not.
Yeah.
It's not like we're talking about EVP sessions. Look at this photo. Those are the shows that we're going to be putting up photos that we've taken. EVP sessions where we're catching voices, and ghost box sessions that Randy's done that he's catching things, and investigations where we're getting K2 meter hits and things like that. So October will be Ghost Hunter month, and
this is one of the reasons why I just love this chat box that we got on there. Someone came in, name of Nukem Bump.
Yeah.
Well, hi, Nukem Bump. Sorry I'm not in chat. My computer's not working, so, You'll just have to hear me.
Dan and I are fighting over the same news
Yeah, so
already.
I let her win. I quit fighting about it. But
you're such a nice guy.
I know.
We weren't
But
doing it intentionally.
I know. It's just it was being a pain. But we have, between us all, we have various pages on Facebook. We have the Ghost Hunter Dan Project. We have JP Apocalyptic Radio. We have Ghost Hunter Larry, which are all pages that you can like. We have Paratech Randy, and Randy's got some cool stuff on there. Larry just started his new page just the other night, so give him a like, support him. We got Zombie Slaying 101, Kirkland Paranormal Society, Faith in the Darkness, about my books. I'm getting a text.
That's the same one I
We
have
got
for
Mastication
Randy.
in America, Wild Illinois, Historically
which,
Haunted.
by the way, I've landed us a place to do for mastication.
See, and what I want to do is a mastication show.
Yeah. I got the place
that's
for it,
coming.
too.
Yes.
So,
one of our favorite places to go to here in town.
Riccardi's Red Hots. And he's
Hold,
totally
please.
engrossed in his text.
Apparently it was a good one.
sorry, guys. I
That's
had to
fine.
answer this.
Have at it.
When it's about my kids, I can't.
Oh, yeah.
Understandable. Go for it.
So anyway, we've got a lot of pages with our shtick out there, and some serious stuff. Bloods Point Cemetery. I actually got a message on Bloods Point Cemetery from somebody today, and I will actually share that with you guys. This is from a girl that used to live up by Bloods Point Cemetery, and she said, "I'm very glad to find this page. At first I was worried because I was afraid this page was to glorify the haunted Bloods Point as a ghost hunter point of interest and attract more attention to it. I grew up 2 county blocks from this cemetery and have seen it change as vandalism has increased. I always tried to tell other kids when I was in high school that it wasn't haunted and they should just stay out and leave it alone, but they would use the ghost hunting as an excuse to go out and litter and vandalize it. I'm happy that you started this page to draw and raise awareness to the issues that Bloods Point has, and that it is a jewel to our quiet country community, and it's vandalized simply because of the combination of false stories and unfortunately scary name. Kudos to you and your site." This site's been up, website as well as Facebook page, for over 2 years, and Larry and I have actually got to talk about it on one of our earlier shows on Blog Talk. Unfortunately, we weren't able to be part of the restoration efforts because some issues that the caretaker didn't want us out there for insurance reasons or whatever. That's fine. The point of Bloods Point is the restoration is happening. It is getting done, and the efforts that Larry and I made are what really kick-started it. So, you know what? I'm happy. As long as it's getting done, that's all that matters. There are now lights out there, that are shining light into the cemetery now for security purposes. They have replaced fences and columns that have been knocked over. They have repaired headstones. So Bloods Point is now becoming a beautiful little cemetery again for everybody to enjoy, and that's really what it needs to be, to respect the people that are there and to, show some respect for the cemetery itself. I mean, that's sacred ground. That's where people have chosen to lay their loved ones to rest, and nobody should be in there vandalizing it.
No.
So,
Rob,
yeah.
are you in a windstorm?
What's that?
Is Rob in
No,
a
but I am
windstorm?
outside. I've been trying to keep my back to the wind. So it doesn't get into the microphone, but sometimes it does.
Well, at least this way, when Rob's called in, he can hear us in real time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He doesn't have to wait for a delay.
You know what that does?
What does that do?
Shit that chaps my ass. Anybody got some baby powder?
Larry, you got any chaps for tonight?
If that was directed to me, I didn't catch it.
Oh, yeah. I thought I
was,
heard Rob talking, but...
It was the chaps.
Oh, was it?
Yes, it was.
Time for chaps, Larry.
It's kind of hard to tell me to do chaps when I can't hear the sound.
No.
Larry, do the chaps.
There you go.
Larry, it's chaps time.
Chap.
Oh, man. Well, you know, I really don't have anything this week. You know,
Chirping
sad to say,
crickets,
I haven't
chap.
done anything.
Chirping crickets, chap my ass.
I can't even say that. I can't even hear the crickets.
Boo-boo. That's what chaps your ass right there. You can't hear anything.
That is a definite chap.
You know what chaps my ass? I set
What's that?
all that hard work to set up that camera, and I haven't been able to catch it yet. Yes.
Yeah.
Just go in there. Come on.
All right, kitty, what are you doing?
Come on, kitty.
I can go round up a cat just so that we can show it.
Yeah, poopy kitty.
I know it would make
right
you
in
feel
the-
better.
Yeah,
Right in the middle of our
he's right
sea of
here.
computers.
Poor kitty cat.
Oh no, he's happy. Look at
Aw,
that.
Look at him.
Look at. He just flipped.
Take out the lightsaber.
No,
Chop
not
'em
my
up.
ham.
Wow.
I'm hungry.
There's food over there in the kitchen.
You know, it's funny. The other night, my daughter asked me, she goes, what would you rather have? Would you rather cook your dog or lose a foot? And I looked at my daughter and I said, our dog would look awesome on a rotisserie.
Wow.
Because if it's between Dexter and my foot,
Sorry,
Dexter's going
Dexter.
to make some good steak.
I would cook Dexter.
I'd cook Dexter even without losing my foot.
Wait, you mean I won't get in trouble? Yep, stick a stick in him.
Yeah. Stick a pole right up his rear end and out his mouth and set it over open fire.
And just twist.
Start twisting.
That's right.
Nothing better than
That's
some
right.
good dog. Good hound dog.
You get some barbecue sauce.
Some
That
barbecue
hot dog
sauce.
almost done yet?
So anyway,
Barbecue Loch Ness Monster. Nothing better than barbecue Nessie, Amanda.
You got a chap there, Rob?
Yep.
All right.
We were in town, the town to the south of us, which is about half an hour drive away, and we were getting groceries and whatnot, and we decided to have pizza for tea last night. And there is a pizza place in that town, but it was shut. So we had to then drive an hour north to get pizza, and then drive half an hour back to our house, which is, because we're in between both towns.
oh my goodness.
So,
Damn it.
Man, see,
but
there's
they were good pizzas.
there's a pizza joint on every corner in this state. It seems
Yeah, just about.
there's like
I got like 5 by me.
yeah, there's like 2 pizza joints in Kirkland, and that's only like of 2,000 people. So
Yeah.
Well, let's see. How many do we have here? We got Sam's, Rosati's.
isn't there an Olive Garden
World
down here?
Famous. No, there's no
There's
Olive
no
Garden.
Olive Garden.
Pizza Hut.
Pizza Hut.
Pizza Hut.
Italian Dreams.
Italian Dreams, and that's just in Sycamore. If you
No,
know
and then there's State Street Pizza.
State Street, yeah, skis.
Wow.
Let's see what else.
What's
I
the
know
one
there's-
right down by the Armory at 64?
That's Sam's.
Sam's.
Yeah,
That's pretty good. It's not bad.
I've heard good reviews.
You've never had it?
No,
That's pretty good.
I honestly haven't tried anything east of here.
Really?
Yeah.
We've got Sam's here in Rockford, and they're pretty good.
You know
Yeah,
what's good
they're
down
actually
in
really good.
You know what's good in Rockford, not far from you too, Larry, up on 11th Street is John's. John's Pizza is
Yeah.
really good.
Yeah,
Sorry, Tyler,
yeah,
like, never
there
mind.
sometimes.
Stone
No,
Eagle
not
Tavern.
John's. John's Pizza.
Stone Eagle Tavern.
I've never been
Yeah,
there. I heard
no.
it's good.
They
Oh.
got a
We are
Western burger
going.
the size of your head.
What's that, Larry?
They have a Western burger the size of your head
Where?
Stone
at
Eagle.
Stone Eagle Tavern.
Yeah, I had some kind of pasta. It was fantastic.
Cue up
This
Bigfoot.
place is the best burgers ever.
Oh, wait.
Oh, excuse you.
Excuse me. Sorry.
Oh, that's not funny for me and Rob.
Well, it's funny for us.
Well, I could imagine what was happening.
Yeah, I think someone farted.
Yep. Yeah, that's right.
Okay, so.
Well, that's one bug we gotta fix.
Yep.
That's okay.
Lack of pizza for Rob. Randy, I know you've got to have some chaps.
I just chapped. It was just all that hard work on that camera.
And the cat won't even go in there and
That's
enjoy
it?
it.
Out of all the things you could,
That I want to talk about? Yeah.
Okay.
Amanda, what about your chaps?
Frontier Communications.
Yeah. Oh, here we go again.
Oh, those bastards.
So anyway, Randy's all depressed because I absolutely hate Frontier, and I will tell everyone I know how much I hate Frontier. Back when we
Frontier sucks.
Yes, it does. I flick every single truck that I drive by off.
Awesome.
I'm very proud of the fact that I do that. Anyway, we signed up for Verizon with their triple play bundle.
We were bundled. Damn
Yeah, we got bundled, unfortunately.
Puppy.
Damn it, we didn't get the
bundlers.
puppy. Anyway, we started having problems with the phone, so I canceled the phone part of the bundle and kept the internet and TV. We have DirecTV, and we had decent speeds with internet. Right after we signed up, Frontier Communications took over for Verizon in our area. They took over the account, they took over the equipment, they took over everything. And unfortunately, we got screwed. We couldn't get out of the contract. We couldn't...
It's kind of like being invaded by Russia.
It's kind of like being invaded bodily. It just... Yeah. So anyway, after dealing with crappy phone service for a while, we canceled that. After dealing with crappy internet speeds, we called and complained, and we must have complained every other month about internet speeds, about something here and there. And finally, in March, I said, enough's enough. We're going to Comcast. We kept the DirecTV. We liked DirecTV, had no problems with it. Their customer service was excellent. They'd send people out the next day to help us if we had an issue. Frontier, on the other hand, told us that we had to pay extra to upgrade our equipment, which was outdated. They told us lots of stuff that I never told you about because it didn't feel like pissing you off. Our internet speeds.
Is chapping Randy's ass too.
Yeah, our internet speeds were slower than DSL or than dial-up even. It was absolutely horrible. So, in March, I called Comcast. I switched. This was at the end of March. We gave it a week just to see if Comcast was going to be better. Speeds were double. Bill was half. It was awesome. So I called in April to cancel after switching and said, okay, I want to keep my DirecTV, but I want to cancel my account for the internet. They removed the DirecTV billing. They never canceled the internet account. We've been getting bills. I've called them. So why didn't you cancel my account? Cancel my account now. I'm not paying this bill until you cancel it and fix it. Take it back to what it was in March, because that was the last bill we got before we switched. You can look at my account and see we haven't used it. Finally, we got a bill, and they'd assured me, oh, don't worry, it'll be canceled, we'll fix your bill and you'll get a new one. We kept getting more and more and more bills, and we have 2 cats on the table. This is Emma, our old lady. So, I called them, what was it, Monday night? Yeah, I called them Monday night. Told them, after fighting with a supervisor and telling them, well, here's what happened. I called, they asked me for a 4-digit PIN on the bill. Yes, Randy?
Nope, 5 minutes. Give me a 5-minute warning.
Okay. I called. They asked for a 4-digit PIN on the bill. I said, I don't have my bill. They said, well, we can't help you until you give us that PIN. It's for your security, ma'am. And every time I tried to argue and say, can't you verify something else? No, it's for your security, ma'am. And finally, I just got mad and said, give me a supervisor. Supervisor basically gave me the runaround and told me I have to have my bill in front of me and give them the 4-digit PIN. At which point I told the supervisor, what if my house had burned down and I didn't have access to a bill? How could you help me then? What if my house was destroyed in a flood? What if we had a tornado? What if there was a hurricane? What if any number of different things had happened? Well, you could wait for your next bill to come in the mail.
Bitch.
Yeah. At which point I said, you really don't care about helping me, do you? This is not customer service. This is not what you should be paid for. I went off. You know, I'm sorry. I work in customer service. I know good customer service when I hear it. And that was basically just get the hell off my phone, you fucking idiot. Just because of a stupid 4-digit PIN. I'm sorry. That's not for my security. That's for your security.
Right.
That's because you want to dick us around. So I pointed out that this is exactly why I canceled, hung up, called back about 5 minutes later, got a hold of somebody who actually was able to help me and said, okay, here's what you do.
And it's
How
all
many assholes we
because
got on this ship anyhow?
Exactly.
because somebody didn't want to do their job.
Exactly. Because two somebodies, including a supervisor, didn't want to do their job. Yeah. Because they don't care.
Well, it's not a chap. My little cousin last week, this cousin, she's the one that lost her brother 2 years ago in Chicago to a hit and run murder. Last year she lost her grandmother to stroke, and last weekend she lost her husband that was 35 years old to a bee sting. What chaps me is that nobody in this country nowadays should die from a bee sting.
Exactly.
What had happened is the ambulance got sent to the wrong address, and 35 minutes later made it to his house, and he was already dead. Yeah. They did manage to start his heart again, and he did donate it. He was an organ donor, and they were able to donate his organs, so other people will live out of this tragedy. However, I wrote a little thing on Facebook last week that said, when life gives you lemons, drink and make lemonade, but how much lemonade should one person have to drink? So anybody who's listening or hears the archives or whatever, just kind of please send some prayers my cousin Aiden's way, because she could use them. So, and that's my biggest chap, is that the system isn't perfect. I was in that system for a few years as a firefighter, and it doesn't always work out. And there's nothing worse than you pulling up to a house and the people sitting there going, what are you here for? Because something got crossed in the dispatch. And, unfortunately it cost him his life. So, it happens, and it's just unfortunate that it does happen, but nothing in the world's perfect.
No.
So, anyhow, what would be perfect is if one of those cats would go in there and use the cat cam.
Hey, I know you gotta go potty.
He's like, nope.
You know you want to do it. Go in and let it
I'm
fly.
sitting here tapping on his head, and he doesn't care.
Yeah. Well, he knows he's on video. He's not going to leave.
No, he's just happy laying here. Somebody's playing with his ear.
So anyway, we don't have much time left, so we'd like to thank Robert for calling in from the land down under. And
crack open a tinny for you.
Yeah, and we'd like to thank Lawrence of Arabia for his wonderful contributions that he always makes to JPAR. Larry, I think that you are like the educated backbone of JPAR. Randy's like the tech of everything. He's like a tech god. Randy's MacGyver.
Yes, he is.
And Amanda, since you've came on board, the radio show just seems to flow better. Me, I'm just like the comic relief fat guy.
Hey,
I'm going to shave my head and start doing the curly thing, you know.
The curly thing.
Oh, there he is.
Yeah, there he is, Larry. But
I've been
before we
here the
go,
whole time.
but before we go, I think we should cue up Bigfoot at least one more time. What do you think? I love it. I love it. I love it.
And Larry, you didn't hear it.
No.
So anyway,
Here, I'm going to the computer.
We-
The camera's right over there.
we appreciate all of you supporting us in this time of change, and www.jpapocalypticradio.webs.com. Watch live, and that's where you're going to catch us from now on Thursday nights.
We'll see you next week.
Bye.
Have a good night.
Bye, Larry. Love your body, Larry.
No, he doesn't.
Creeper.
I do.
Ah, jeez.
You know what?
90 seconds. 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 Thank you for using Blog Talk Radio. Goodbye.